Acquiring talent in a dungeon, chapter 41, day 11, 8th floor, reveal. Glasses and Mathieu were surprised as they saw me. They were looking at my feet, it wasn't there. Hip-hop's boot couldn't be seen. Are my feet really the most important things? I raised my index finger and knocked twice on my temple. Here, the thing you want is in here. I studied really hard. Then I walked backward. Right behind me was one of the entrances of the village. They didn't chase after me. Then I would disappear into the forest. It was clearly a slur. I didn't want to fight against many people at once, so I defeated them one by one in the forest. They had no choice whether I ate hip-hop or not. They knew that I was strong. It was necessary to eat me in order to gain dominance over each other. Back! Glasses was the first to rush toward me. Mathieu followed behind him. The two of them couldn't catch up with me due to my excellent stats. The distance between us started to widen slightly. I entered the roads leading into the forest and waited at the curve. I wasn't thinking about attacking there. It wasn't only a few steps from the entrance, but it didn't make sense to drop them into the forest and defend them one by one. I could hear Glasses and Mathieu step into the forest. The footsteps were a few seconds apart. What the screams were heard just after the two of them left the village. Yansunin, who was lurking in the entrance to the ruin, struck the remaining people. Their screams were the signal, so I rounded the corner to attack. Glasses and Mathieu was looking back towards the village, where the turmoil was taking place. Mathieu was in the rear. Glasses was ahead of him. This! Glasses discovered me and raised his guard. A few steps behind, Mathieu was already ready to throw the iron ball in his hand. Did he think there was no way to attack him thanks to the guard Glasses in front of him? That wasn't the case. I turned using my right leg. In addition, I thrust forward with the cylinder in my right hand that I had taken out of my inventory. It was just like what Lisanion had done a few days ago. Morai spear, equipment item, rank D. The total length is 5.5 meters, but once all the parts are folded, it becomes a thin cylindrical shape that is 25 centimeters. Once a stabbing posture is used, it will receive the force and folded apart will instantly unfold. The instantaneous change in length can surprise an opponent, but it needs more power and accuracy than normal spears. The power will increase in proportion to the user's strength, posture and timing. If the spear strikes something when the unfolding is incomplete, then the power will decrease. There was a sharp sound. The spear flew faster than Lisanion. The original owner used it once again. C and D rank weapon wasn't that good, but it wasn't bad. It depended on the user's skill as well. Puck. There was an electric texture as the pole extended several meters. The spear was reduced to its original size after completely penetrating Mathieu's neck. Jack! There was a noise as the spear formed a finger again. Boom! The sound of Glasses' fist was heard at almost the same time. As I leaned back and avoided the fist, I took out a vial with one of my hands. It hit Glasses exactly. I stepped back and waited for him to scream. It was Yansunin's special mixture that he had used on hip-hop. I don't know what it is. However, I didn't see any bleeding. Glasses was covered in full body armor, with the helmet exposing his face similar to the motorcycle helmet. There was no gaps for the potion to flow between. I'm sorry, but it won't work, Glasses declared. I heard a moan from behind him. Mathieu hadn't died yet. Blood was pouring from his pierced neck, but he was still alive and struggling painfully. If Glasses turned around, then he could kill Mathieu. He talked about it. I didn't miss the moment when Glasses' concentration was shaken for a while and threw a right hook. Along with the sound of hitting iron, Glasses only paused for a moment. However, I was the one who moaned, "Ugh!" I had tried hitting mid-alive experiment. I was prepared for some injuries, but the harness was beyond imagination. Current state balance 598 on 625. Decelerated state leg 50%. Deceleration leg. At that moment, I felt a sticky texture on my feet. As I turned my head slightly, I could see a black liquid on the ground where I was standing. There were a few broken bottles on the ground. He had secretly dropped them. You aren't the only one with useful potions. My shoes were only covered with a little bit. My legs moved slowly, as, like I was drunk, I couldn't avoid Glass's next strike. I bent my arm back, and the vibration spread throughout every corner of my body. Bam! Glasses didn't come that quickly. The power contained his strike couldn't be seen, but it was solid. I thought his fighting skills were worse than mine. It was like his whole body was made of steel. Bam, bam, bam! I maintained my guard as I continued to block the strike. Eventually, my upper body bent over from the hits, and I fell on my knees. Pants. Glasses was breathing hard because his stamina was poor. However, the rugged breathing soon stopped as he smiled faintly. Your body is pretty solid. He took out a knife from his inventory. His answer wasn't a hit. He intended to take care of with one more blow. I managed to raise my hand and block the knife with a hand. Indeed, it was difficult to get past the surface of the armor. It wasn't simply strength. I took out another vial from my inventory with the spare hands. It wasn't a drug that was thrown this time. It was the old, weak version of the poison that I received for the 6th floor. What? Don't you have the ability to learn? Glass turned his head and easily avoided it. The vial flew toward Macho was screaming in the back. Glasses immediately looked behind him. Macho has pulled out poison from inventory and has been drinking them. Thanks to that, it'd be easier for me to finish him. It's too bad about the treatment medicine. You lost, I stated. What? Glasses asked with confusion. I replied to Glass' question with a fist. I kept holding the knife with one of the hands while my other hand pounded his face. Jing! There was a tremendous sound as my fist hit Glass's helmet, but the helmet was still fine. Blood burst from my hand. What are you doing? Jane, one more hit. Yet again, another one. Crack! Glasses didn't even think of attacking me with his spare arm. Well, maybe you can break it someday. Glasses started babbling. Jing, but are you looking at your hair, Bart? Do you know what it is funny? It was going to this earlier. I was doing this earlier, but your fists are a lot faster. Jing, maybe 7 years in the future. Joke. Finally, there was a slightly different sound. I swung a fist again. Jing! This time, another sound could be heard at the same time. Glass noticed it as well and frowned. This was he's starting to feel impatience, but it didn't matter. His techniques were terrible. One hand was being held so he could punch effectively. Jing, Peok, what the... now? Glass felt something strange. No matter how bad my punches were, the rate of my health decreasing was somewhat slow. Current balance. 248, 625. Decelerated state, legs, 30%. Health. It was going up with every punch. Pinch, joke. Aka, I was able to tame the mind that Macho hadn't died. It was a little, but my stamina was continuously recovering. Macho was bleeding from the neck. In other words, the damage dealt him was coming back to me as health due to the essence of the leech. Jink, joke. The vial I threw before. I needed to recover some health I threw it. Even if he died, he would receive a certain amount of talent. Even if he didn't die and drink potion, he would be a great source of health. Anyway, Macho was supplying me with health. Jing, joke, hawk. At that time, the helmet was broken and the face of the stricken Glasses appeared. I waited a long time. I threw my fist. Piak! Jack? Jack? The sound wasn't due to my first hitting something. It came from my wrist. The sound came from being cut. Haha! Glass smiled with satisfaction as he looked at my wrist. Don't worry. I turned to Glass toward his arm. He was still holding the knife firmly. It was a very good move. Now I had lost the function of one of my wrists. Suck. There was no resistance as my wrist was neatly cut off. A smooth section remained in the place where my hand was. What? My Glasses thought I was crazy. His face showed that. Glasses looked at me. When I think about it, this happened on the first floor, I muttered. As Glasses made expression like he didn't understand, I punched him in the face. I didn't use the smooth section. First hit, second hit, third hit. On the fourth hit, Glasses stopped breathing. As Sword rose up, I approached Macho, who was waiting on the floor. Thanks again to everything in the meantime. He was a great source of health. I raised a fist and finished him off. Similar words popped up. Among the words there were some that stuck out. The monarch of Thalia has killed the mayor of Fallen. All the territories of the mayor of Fallen will be returned to the neutral ground. The main territory of Fallen, ownership of industrial city. Fallen has transferred to the monarch of Thalia. The coordinates have been resorted. Condition: acquiring control over someone else's domain. Complete. Condition: register some resident. Complete. Condition: conquering a territory. Complete. Challenge: exploring has ended. Challenge: conquest. Begin. TL note: I actually felt better a few days ago, but being sick has made me really behind on my schoolwork. There is still a bit left, so the schedule for the rest of the week will be irregular. Basically, whenever I finish a chapter, the regular schedule will resume starting from the next week. End of chapter 40.